Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Allenderry. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. Today's session is about fathers. Father's Day is this Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all of our fathers, grandfathers, great-grandfathers. I actually brought a photo in to show you. This is a photo of my father and myself. This was 1999. We went to a gala for a Parkinson's organization. So this is actually, here's my dad and me. And that's what I looked like when I started working on what is now Parkinson Voice Project. My dad was John Signego. I've been thinking about him a lot lately because in July 21st will be 20 years since he passed away. So I will have to, I would think I'll be cooking some Italian food that day. But for our bonus reading, it's something special to me. I have pulled an excerpt out of his obituary, and I think, his eulogy. And my daughter, who was 8 years old at the time, read it, and I think you'll get a kick out of this story. But let's go ahead and take a sip of water, all right? And also chat. Tell us what you're doing this weekend. All right, we're warming up our voice, okay? Your voice is like an instrument. You need to warm it up. In the mornings, it may not feel so good. And in the afternoon, if you haven't been talking, it might not feel that good either. So you need to warm it up just like somebody would warm up an instrument. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. I only want you thinking about projecting your voice forward. Don't think about your breathing, your volume, none of that. Throw your voice across the room. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Every sound is flying over your computer, up and over. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Good. One more time with intent. May, me, my, mo, moo. Good. All right. Let's take a sip of water with intent. You bet that I am using intent when I am taking a sip of water in front of 3,000 people that I can't see. So imagine you're conducting this session and do the exercises as if you are teaching them. That's a good way to use intent. Let's move on to speak out exercise number 2, the ahs. Deliberately open your mouth wide. Ready? Ah. Speak out. Again. Ah. Nice and strong to, excuse me. Let me get some water. Get some water if you need it. I think I used too much intent. All right, let's do it again. Let's do a shorter one. Again. Good. Let's go ahead and move to the glides. Project an ah forward, speak out, and then slowly glide up. Ready? Ah. Ah. When you're going down, make sure you don't drop your head, you're not closing your mouth, you're still speaking out, okay? Just focus on getting your voice forward. Let's do it again. Good. Let's go ahead and get some water. We're not done yet with the glides, but we need some water. And I want to point out, if you're new to this session, Alan, who practices with us from California, sent us this painting of the Parkinson's tulips. I love the little bumblebee. I'm not sure if you can see it on there, but thank you, Alan, for this painting. All right, we're going to do some more glides. Ready? Nice and steady. We are in control. So sometimes when people do the glides, they go, ah, we don't want that. We're learning how to be deliberate. Our speech, when we talk to people, we're going to be purposeful and deliberate. We're going to speak with intent from now on for the rest of our lives. Let's do one more glide. Good. We're going to go ahead and do the counting. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Speak out. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Connect the numbers. Just speak out. Don't think about the breathing, okay? At the end of each line, stop completely. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you tend to rush your speech, you might find that you can do the first rows nice and even, and then when you get to the next one, it goes 7 and 9, okay? Use intent. Activate the intentional motor system. Don't think about slowing down, okay? Do not think about that. Think about projecting your voice forward, and you will slow down. Let's do it one more time backwards. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Let's take a sip of water with intent. We're working hard. For the Speak Out Therapy program, we are strengthening the muscles, and then we are transitioning speech from an automatic function to an intentional act. Normally, speaking and swallowing are automatic. We do them without conscious effort. That's for people without Parkinson's. So for everybody with Parkinson's, we need to learn how to move speech and swallowing from automatic to intentional. We're going to move on to the reading. And thank you to Lisa, who prepared some sentences and the cognitive exercises. And then for the bonus reading, I put in part of the eulogy from my father's funeral. It's a neat story, and I wrote his eulogy, but my daughter, who was 8 years old at the time, she's the one who presented it. So I think you'll enjoy this story. All right, Father's Day. Let's read with intent. We're building strength and endurance. Don't think about the breathing, just speak out. Ready? Today we are celebrating fathers. Exaggerate the highlighted words again. Today we are celebrating fathers. Good, we're controlling our voice. Ready? Father's Day is on Sunday, June 18th. Again, Father's Day is on Sunday, June 18th. Okay, we're speaking out across the room. Next. Some families celebrate dads with a barbecue. Again, some families celebrate dads with a barbecue. It's so important that you are in control of those highlighted words. Stretch them out. Ready? Other dads spend the day going fishing. Again, other dads spend the day going fishing. Next. Some fathers will go golfing. Again, some fathers will go golfing. I know that Lisa's dad loved fried chicken. I do know that. All right, last sentence. Thank you to our wonderful dads. Again, thank you to our wonderful dads. All right. Take a sip of water. For the cognitive exercise, we're having to think and organize our thoughts and then speak out and use our best voice. So we want you to name some duties of dads with babies. What are some duties, dad duties with babies? Go ahead and say each one with intent. We're not going to read these, but I'll just skim through these. Did you think of any of these? All right, next one. Activities that dads do with young children. So not babies, but young children. Name some dad activities with intent. We're not going to read these, but see if you came up with any that Lisa came up with. How about duties of dads with teenagers? Duties of dads with teenagers. Think about it. Say each word with intent. Project it forward. Let's see what Lisa came up with. Let's read this together. Teaching to drive, going on college tours, helping with college move-in, enforcing rules, teaching responsibility. Did you think of any of those? All right, let's go ahead and do Dr. Boone's words, each one twice, and then we'll move on to the bonus reading. Ready? Exaggerate the G's, the K's, and the NG's with intent. Gu la gang ga ga. Gu la The next one. Cucamonguca. Cucamonguca. Project the voice forward. Ready? Over your computer. Gangla. Gangla. And the last one. Kukla. Kukla. Okay, go ahead and take a sip of water. You've heard of me talking about my grandfather's restaurant, Karam's Mexican restaurant in San Antonio. Well, that was the grandfather on my mother's side. My father ran 8 different McDonald's restaurants. And so for our bonus reading, here's the bell. For our bonus reading, I brought in part of the eulogy that my 8-year-old daughter at the time, Hannah, this was 20 years ago, she read this at the funeral, and I think you'll get a kick out of this story. All right, so I want you to, we're going to read it slowly. All right, with intent, okay? So we're not going to think about slowing down, but we're going to use a lot of intent, and we're going to really stretch out the highlighted words. Let's read together. We're building strength and endurance. Ready? He was the perfect picture of the grandfather every child dreams of. What could be better than having a grandfather who supervised 8 McDonald's restaurants? We, of course, got all the cool Happy Meal toys. And we got to ride in a convertible with Ronald McDonald during the local city parade. Grandfather loved his work, and he taught his daughters good, solid work habits. But what you might not know, let's read that again. But what you might not know is that Grandfather John was already teaching his grandchildren the ins and outs of business. He hired my brother Joseph and I to stuff 500 envelopes and be the taste testers for the new triple thick McDonald's milkshake. But the best job Grandfather hired us to do happened before the grand opening of one of the new McDonald's restaurants. Our job was to play in the new McDonald's playland and then give a verbal report back to Grandfather so appropriate changes could be made. He wanted to know if the playland was fun enough. So, after climbing the stairs, crawling through the tunnels, and sliding down the slide for 20 minutes, it was time for the report. But no verbal report was necessary because Joseph and I were covered from head to toe with red dye from the slide. Boy, Grandfather was so grateful we had helped him. And I remember that day very distinctly. They get off the playground. They run over to us. There were 4 and 5 years old, and literally all red from the slide. That's a good memory, and it's nice to have those memories. So we try to think of the good things on Father's Day if our fathers and grandfathers are not with us anymore. All right, you can download the reading material, and I encourage you to do this. So if you struggled, if it was a challenge for you to read with intent and speak out and be deliberate and stretch out those highlighted words, practice. The more you work on reading, the better your conversational speech will get. I promise you, the more you practice, the better your conversational speech will get. All right, I do want to thank all of you who have been making donations to our June fundraiser. We have not reached our goal yet. We have only until June 30th to raise $250,000 in order to receive the $100,000 match. So I ask you, please, before the end of the month, go ahead and make a donation. You can go online and do that, and Beth will post a link. If you received a letter in the mail from us, you can do that. You can also donate stock or donate through an IRA charitable rollover. Anything, okay? So thank you. Parkinson Voice Project doesn't charge for any of our services. We fund our program through Pay It Forward, so like through fundraisers like this, and we raise money twice a year, in June and the end of the year. So we don't ask you all year to do this, just now. All right, thank you, everybody. I will be back on Monday. Have a wonderful Father's Day.